Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions, and welcome to my daily sun sign love connection readings. Today we're on the main sun sign of Aquarius, and I was thinking about it. So we only have one other this, for the second time around the zodiac wheel. I guess I'll just keep going and, I've got like 6 days left of the month. Today's October 24th. So 7 days after today, but then it'll be 6. So yeah, I'll just keep doing it because now, first of all, welcome. Thank you for being here always. You light up my life. I'll tell you, I certainly hope I can do that in some form for you that are watching and taking the time and, supporting me. I greatly appreciate it. I am now working with my other job, so I'm fitting it in between. I just got back from a massage, have another one in a little bit. And let me tell you, it's good. It's really good. I'm feeling so blessed. I hope a lot of you that are back at work, things are making you feel inspired again, and not going too crazy, because I'm not. I can see where my body is needing to acclimate. Let's just put it that way. And so we're going to read for Aquarius, and the highlighted sun sign for today is going to be, it went off the board, Capricorn. Okay, let me double check because I want to make sure I didn't just do that. I did just read for Capricorn. That's the only thing. I'm sorry. When I just read for the sign, I don't necessarily want it to be the highlighted one, but there will be a message for Capricorn and Aquarius because after I read the 3 major categories for the highlighted connection, then I go around and I read a singular message, quick but to the point, and hopefully awe-inspiring for you, and something that just really touches home and makes you think, awesome. And so yeah, I was just, the main sun sign was Capricorn, so all of the connections were with Capricorn. So let's go with one more roll. If it goes back there again, and we got it. It's going to be Aries. Aquarius and Aries. Ooh, that's beautiful. That is powerful. So yeah, I'll read the 3 main category messages with the Art Nouveau Tarot that I've been using all month, that I love, and it's every single card has beautiful gold shimmery. I don't know that my camera picks that up, but it's really beautiful, and it was a gift, and I really like the energy that comes from it. And then I'll be reading, like I said, for each individual, and finishing with a couple of beautiful oracle divination messages that I absolutely love, and I got them recently, a couple of the new ones. So Aquarius is an air sign. Aquarius is definitely, as with all air signs, are really about the mind and, learning and thinking and just wanting to expand and grow and to continue to learn. And it's exactly how they work their whole life. It's through the thoughts. It's through thoughts becoming words to be able to communicate and to connect, but in order to speak, we have to kind of think. And trust me, I do think, but this Mercury retrograde, like all of them, it seems, really affects my speech. So please forgive me in advance. Stuttering and so forth has just been very prevalent. But I take it in stride because it's something I'm pretty familiar with now, and I just hope that you are accepting of that, and we'll just keep it moving. So, but yeah, so the Aquarian, and most people right now, if you have that, you're noticing there's some strangeness with your words, or you maybe said something you really didn't mean, or it was taken in the wrong way. Be careful who you send your emails to, and double check your appointments and schedulings and things like that. Transportation wise is really big. Electronics, I've had all of them. I always do. Like in the shadow period it starts. I'm like, okay, we'll get around this, and we do, right? Life goes on. But Aquarius definitely is a thinker, and they want to improve life. They want to improve the world, basically. They have this dire desire to be fair and just, as with all air signs, and they tend to lean towards careers that are going to make a difference in the world, where they can really leave some kind of legacy, and in big ways, and especially I would say with Aquarius, it's always big thinking and, just pushing forward and breaking the norm, and being eccentric and being ruled by Uranus is really a powerful planet that makes changes and makes, you know, unexpected surprises in people's lives and futures and transformational things, you know, that come out of nowhere sometimes. Sometimes they are absolutely the best thing that's ever happened to us. Sometimes it's not necessarily what we were wanting or expecting in that manner. But that is the ruling planet Uranus. So they themselves might come out of the blue with some idea or expression or something that's going to startle you and surprise you. But it might be absolutely beautiful, especially with this wonderful connection we've got going here. And all the connections. I enjoy Aquarians a lot because I'm a fellow air sign, and I also love their artistic and creative, you know, side, where they love all types of art and beauty and culture, and, you know, they're open to pretty much everything. They definitely work as leaders, and they're in masses. They're always en masse, you know. It's like big establishments, big futuristic plans, like I said, to change the world in a better way. I mean, it's wonderful. They're a fixed sign, though, as I've always said, and so they have their set ways and opinions, and they're determined with those, and sometimes it'll surprise you. It'll be in strange circumstances, like maybe a habit that they have was something I read once that they're determined to keep. You know, they've been doing it forever, smoking as an example, whatever, and people are like, why would you do, why are you doing that? And they will be very offended, and they're darned if they're going to change it, right? Unless they want to, and of course they do, and probably will. But just stuff like that, you know, they're pretty much set about certain things, and also at the same time they have beautiful hearts and they care a lot. So I think they'll be more flexible than you believe, especially when it comes to love. And these are about the love connections. So as I've always said, it's about all different types of love. It is about certainly that one and only, that special soulmate, and, you know, the person we've been with for a long time or we want to be with. But it's also about the love of family and friends and work associations and animals and stuff, I always say, because it's love takes on so many different forms, and it's so important to have in our lives. So that's a little, you know, small understanding and, you know, description of the personality traits of an Aquarius, which is what the sun sign usually really represents, are the personality traits of each sign, and their drive and likes and dislikes. Their ego is huge, because the sun is what illuminates you on the day you're born and gives you the vitality and the ideas and the expression that you want to show people, and, you know, how you want to be seen. And then the highlighted connection, like I said, is Aries. And this is something I've seen throughout years of recognizing the couples and the people who do gravitate towards each other. It's one of my favorite studies in astrology. And it is, time and time again, a very noticeable connection, which is understandable to me, and I'll express it, because air and fire are amazing elements together. And they really help each other, lift each other up, they support, they have great, you know, ideas, and they're both masculine energies, and they're very about making things happen and doing, and, you know, just making the changes, you know. You have Aries, the first sign of Zodiac, the leader, you know, by default. I mean, they just being the first, it's just who they are, right? They start the whole line of, you know, astrology birthdays, and they are cardinal signs, so they are initiators and doers, movers and shakers, and they initiate spring. So that's the first season of the year. It's always the first. So they know nothing else, and they are very confident in their own right, and they are very, very determined and motivated and fiery, and sometimes they just express things out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa. Tact might not be involved, but it's not because they're trying to hurt. It's just they're very kind of almost naive and childlike in that way, and they have really great energy. And I have known a lot of Aries that seem so young, even at an older age. It's that energy they have, you know, that vitality. And it's really important for them to move and to keep exercising in some way, you know, preferably what they like to do. And I really want to just take a moment to say that during this year, when things have been really emotional and difficult, and through everything that all of us have gone through, when I did move, it just helped me feel so much better. And I know, having a family that has a huge lineage of depression, that it's so helpful. Even the smallest movement, you know, if it's dancing and, you know, in front, at your own home, you know, or anything that makes you happy. Bicycling comes to mind. I have a stationary bike that's saved my life this year. Walking, of course, yoga, all of those things, they help to release pent-up energy, you know, and that's never good for anybody. So just a little side note about that. And the fact that fire signs in particular, they absolutely have to have that energy and exercise and movement happening to release the extra things. Now, Aries has had, the ruling planet Mars has been in Aries for 4 months. It would be a total of 6, because it's not leaving until like January 6th, 2021. And in the last 6 weeks of the 2 months, maybe 5, it'll be a total about 2 months, it's been in retrograde. So a lot of things that want to get that Aries going and fired up and everything have been just basically stopped. And it's frustrating in a lot of ways, but it's also so important right now, because it gives the chance for all Aries and all of us, because we all feel it. You know, those are the energies that come from the planets that we're all feeling, and sometimes we have no idea why, which is why I love bringing these messages and some insight to these things, some clarity as to why things are going on. And you think you're alone, you're not. And they, yeah, it's been a lot more introspective for Aries, and quite frankly, that's unusual for them. They like to be outward, and they're very bold and, you know, I would say expressive. And so it's really given them a time to think about everything this year, and to kind of make sure that they are watching their tempers and being as balanced as possible. We just got out of Libra season, and we are now legitimately, and have been, in Scorpio season. Quite a change in energy. But the balance was there, and it absolutely had to do with relationships when Libra was involved, because that's their polar opposite. It's the way the planets are aligned. A lot of confusion maybe in conversations, some deep, heavy discussions in relationships have taken place. And I think a lot of them were absolutely essential and needed, but I think that they help to solidify. And some will not. Obviously, it'd be like, thank you, done, and that's okay too. It's not all melodramatic. It's not all bad. We can't be with everybody all the time, or we don't all have the one perfect, you know, soulmate that we have for the remainder of our lives, you know, and I always think that would be amazing. I have not been able to have that, but I'm really happy for those that have, because I'm in awe of it. I really am. Either way, I digress. I love this energy together. It's powerful. There's a lot of, you know, innovative thoughts and possibilities that can be created with these two. And, you know, Aries, they really love deeply, and they really want to help, and they love their independence and freedom, which, by the way, so does Aquarius. So this is beautiful for that as well. Let's move on. I tend to go a lot. So I think I pretty much expressed the two. And this is, like I said, the 3 major categories for the connection between Aquarius and Aries to start. And then we'll go from there. And I know there's been a lot of repeats, so okay. And I shuffle them so much. But it makes sense when I'm, you know, reading them. Well, that's really interesting, because right off the bat, you just, as I go along, I'll explain it, but you have a king and 2 queens. And I mean, it is a king in the sense that it is the emperor. I guess it's an emperor. Let's go there. The major arcana of the emperor, which is Aries. So much in the energy, Aries. All of us feeling this very masculine, you know, fiery kind of very authoritative energy. If it's not yourself feeling very empowered and strong and capable, it is you being around this energy, or a father figure, or some predominantly male. I don't usually associate gender, but I really feel that, or somebody who exudes that very strong and capable energy, which, by the way, both men and women have, obviously. But yeah, this is really about getting to business and knowing that you've got what it takes, and very determined, retrograde or not. And that fire part of you is in the red. I mean, the red is the passion, right? The garment that's being worn. It's just really feeling your energy and strength and preparing for what's to come, because we have so many changes by the end of this year through next year and such, with all of the planets going from Earth to air. That's going to be very, very compatible with Aries and obviously with Aquarius, because most of the planets are going into Aquarius. So wait and see the changes that this world needs. The fairness and equality that's essential is going to be very, very focused and front and center stage. So I love feeling and knowing that. And then the second category is the overall possible blessings or obstacles. And sometimes our obstacles are our blessings, right? But you have the Queen of Wands. There's that fire again. You know, Aquarius is an air sign, but they have so much fire and love and passion, and that's what this is about. This is the maternal versus the paternal, the feminine versus the masculine, the duality, which is constant, right? And wow, the passion to want to help and to want to really motivate people and make things happen, movement, you know. And even if it's not, like I said, happening now, by mid-November, when Aries goes forward again, I'll tell you what, watch and see how quickly this dormant kind of passive and kind of pause life that we've experienced for a long time now is definitely going to open up, and I love it. Not to mention we have eclipses happening by the end of next month, and then starting, you know, then again in December. So eclipse season, which makes changes and even more noticeable transformations that I think are going to be so positive. I feel like most things from now on are going to probably seem a lot better anyway. I mean, the only way is up, right? It's really, you know, I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's just, it's more of a, well, you know, yeah, it's going to get better, of course. It can only get better. So I love that, though. That's beautiful. I find that to be a very, very empowering and beautiful energy message for the two of you, which the two of you are strong anyway. So it's making me feel like it's just you and your element, and feeling the empowerment that you can, you know, have and bestow on others. And then we have the third final category of, you know, finances and fundamental things and you know, tangible things that are important in our lives, in our jobs, in our families, and our stability. And you have the Queen of Cups. This is emotion. We're in Scorpio season. Boy, talk about emotion. Talk about the depths, you know, and especially with Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, really going inside and going deep, because, you know, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Excuse me, there's the speech. Pluto is about the transformation to the deepest kind. To really, really be true and honest with ourselves. And speaking of truth, all truths get revealed during Scorpio season, particularly retrograde. People come back into your life, circumstances come up to be reviewed and then let go, possibly forever, and, you know, on a karmic level. Done. And I love that. And not to mention the incredible, powerful emotions that come from the moons, which we've had the full moon, the very first in Aries. That was really powerful. You know, that was something. And then the second new moon was in Libra, which I love. It's what I am, a Libra, and just the initiations and the intentions that we can set forth that can last up to 6 months, you know. What do we want to see for ourselves? How much fairness and equilibrium, which is what Libra represents, in our relationships, in our lives, in the world, do we want to instigate and help create as well? And then we have the full moon on the 31st, Halloween, in Taurus, which is very compatible with Scorpio, but very much about money and about freedom and about change and about, you know, steadfast, stubborn, you know, determination. It can illuminate so much and complete things, but begin things. I feel like money is going to be very prevalent. I feel like your cups are full. And I feel like when it comes to the Queen, it is definitely about wanting to give and just exude this loving energy, you know, which is so needed in this world and so important for all of us. And I feel like with the the symbolic meaning for most of the, the Queen being that of a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, is just this incredible ability to nurture and to care for others, and have that reciprocated, the currency coming in and out, the water, the moon aspects, and the receptivity of that, intuition, messages, psychic, hits that are coming very strongly about your money, about your stability, about your work and your job, about your connection, working together and raising money and maybe buying something really special for each other and together, and investing in a place to live or a better place, and all sorts of possibilities there. But really beautiful messages for this highlighted connection for the remainder of the month. It could happen right away. It could very well happen certainly by that full moon, and that's the last day of the month. So let me know if you have not subscribed. This is my little sales pitch. Please do so, because it's super supportive, and it just takes a moment, and you don't have to pay, and you won't get a bunch of emails. But if you are subscribed or not, you can definitely, once you are subscribed, push the notification bell, which lets you know when I upload. And I'd love to see you twice a month or every single month, because I'm here every day. And it's my gift to you. I love it. And I really, really appreciate your, your receptivity to it. And, like-minded energies are really beautiful. Also, I'm changing my times every day, because it depends on when I'm working now, which is so amazing to even say. I'm still getting used to it. So, but moving on, we're going to do an individual message and energy, reading for each of the individual, I don't want to come out, zodiac signs, that does want to come out, for the remainder of, the readings and connection with Aquarius. So we were on Aries. So we're just going to go clockwise. We're going to go from Aquarius to Pisces. And we have the Ace of Wands. That's power, boy. That is absolute motivation and fire and ambition. So some kind of an idea, a new idea, one that you've been thinking of, but you absolutely want to make happen. If not right now, you're still going over the details. You've got this beautiful energy and receptivity with the water Piscean. I mean, they are so in tune, and they are very compassionate, very, very sensitive, very giving and selfless, and all the beautiful attributes that you want in friends, in a connection. They are, a mutable sign, very adaptable, very changeable, very creative, very artistic, all the beautiful things that are very attractive to you, Aquarius. And this is about really just maybe starting an incredible new venture. It could be through literature, because they both want to express, and speak. Now, Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and that's been in retrograde, by the way, in Pisces, but not for long. Next month, I believe it goes forward. And I know it does, and it just is going to make things a lot clearer, but it also adds to the incredible ability for imagination and expression, innovation, so the two of you could make something happen that'll change your lives forever. And that's exciting. I love seeing that. It's also very much about intimacy and passion, so there's that. And then we move on to Aquarius and Capricorn, and I just read this yesterday, as I said, Capricorn and Aquarius. I like this a lot. Very, very different. You've got water and earth, and Capricorn happens to have Jupiter in their sign this year, and it's very, very lucky, and it can be very prosperous. And Capricorns are earth, and they're very grounded and very practical and very hardworking and steadfast, and they don't give up. And they are somebody you can absolutely know is going to be there when times are hard, the chips are down, they're not going anywhere. I love the stability aspect of that alone. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so there's a discipline there that's constantly there. And like I said, they'll burn the midnight oil when it comes to their work, but their relationships matter greatly, and they will do what it takes to persevere and to to make it be a permanent situation. Money's very important to them, security. And you have the Four of Swords. So there you are, the element of air, Aquarius. But with the Four of Swords, it makes sense because, once again, there's been a lot of hesitation and things that aren't necessarily moving forward this moment during the retrograde. And it won't be much longer. And Capricorns like movement and working just as much, if not more, than you do, Aquarius. They're a cardinal sign. They start the season of December. That would be winter. So that kind of gets on their last nerve when they're like, why aren't things moving as quickly as I'd like? And they're not necessarily quick moving, but they're steady and there's a pace, and that's been disrupted. But they haven't given up. There's a lot of fortune this year for them if they choose to utilize it and make it happen. So this could rub off on you as well. Right now it's about resting and retreat, reviewing and doing all the reads during retrograde. So that's what it's saying. Keep your thoughts active, but just relax your body and just kind of rejuvenate so that you're raring to go when it all goes forward next month. Because lots is going to happen and there's going to be a lot of power behind you to support you. Then we move on to Aquarius and Sagittarius, which I absolutely love. There's that fire and air again, you know, that really help to stimulate and prod each other on. And Sagittarius is beautiful. They're fire energy. They are fire element. They are motivated and optimistic, and they really believe, being ruled by Jupiter, you know, good luck, opportunities, expansion in what they touch. They just have a beautiful kind of glow and lucky kind of vibe around them, you know. So you want to be around them and you want to give them their freedom, as you love too, Aquarius. And that's really attractive to you. And they're adventurous and they love travel. They have to travel. They too need to have that energy going. They love exercise and movement and just seeing the world. What's out there? You know, show me something new. I'm open to everything. I love higher learning. They're very much about education and higher learning in anything that they pursue, you know. And so I like this combination a lot. And you've got the Six of Pentacles. So that's about reciprocity. I always get that mixed up. Giving and receiving. A balance. The sixes are balance, you know. If it's not the Sagittarius giving to you, Aquarius, it's you giving to him or her. It's about life in general, feeling more balanced and equal when it comes to your money, which is really wonderful because a lot of that had stopped as well. And it's now starting to move. And it's you, you know, being your beautiful, generous selves and helping others less fortunate really comes to mind. So it doesn't surprise me to see that at all. The two of you probably have great organizations, like I've said before, with, you know, philanthropic endeavors as well as, you know, I mean, you know, just nonprofit and, you know, helping those that are in need. So that's what that exactly represents and symbolizes. And it's beautiful. The balance, you know, keeping the balance. And then you go from Sagittarius to Scorpio. Quite the different energy, but we're in Scorpio season. And there's a lot of passion there. There's a lot of hidden, mysterious things that get revealed. And that kind of really attract you a lot. I think Aquarius and Scorpio have a lot of positivity, you know. There's always going to be differences. And I think that the Scorpio is more withdrawn a lot of times, not always, but they have that part of them where they go deep and they really can like resonate with the transformational aspect of life and the need to just be ruled by Pluto, to continually transform and reinvent themselves and do away with parts that aren't working. And they have no problem doing that. They're very familiar with that. They don't want anybody that's going to hinder them in any way that isn't, you know, authentic. They can sense truth very easily, and truth comes forward with them. So I'm interested to see what your energy card has to say. Well, it's about the Five of Swords, and it's very interesting because my memory is good sometimes, and I'll be doggone if you want to check back. When it came to Scorpio in the last 2 or 3, you know, individual energies, I feel like this has come up a lot. There's something having to do with communication that's not been easy, or like I said, right now, of course it's going to be more difficult. And the sensitivity of a Scorpio with retrograde in their sign is being able to cut through some BS, man. They're like, I'm not buying that. That's not real. I don't want to have that kind of conversation anymore. I'm done with that. I'm transforming those kind of people out of my life. And you know, the two of you are feeling the same way, or if it's the two of you, that's okay too. But just know sometimes we get heated when we have Mars in retrograde, and we might say things we don't mean to. And you know, sometimes you absolutely need to say the things that aren't comfortable to get to the other side. I feel like that's happening as well. It's all changeable though. The air and the quality of, you know, the swords is so fast acting sometimes. So it's a temporary thing, but I really feel like you're just really standing strong about cutting out and eliminating excess stuff that just doesn't feel right when it comes to thoughts or communications. And then we go with Aquarius and Libra, which I love because we're fellow air signs. And, you know, Libra, like you, Aquarius, loves balance and fairness and truth and love and relationships and conversations and art and beauty and all the things that you like. You know, it's very comparable. And you see these two connections a lot on all different levels of love. And you have the Ace of Cups, and that's really about love. It's about emotion, opening your heart, knowing you've got this divine, beautiful gift. It's an ace. It's a beginning, perhaps. It's a new idea. It's a new connection or partnership, you know, work. It's your cups being fulfilled and accepting and recognizing that and being incredibly grateful for it. Take it. When it's handed, you have to take it. So that's really beautiful for you. And I, like I said, maybe a new beginning, a new transformation. That's so important right now. We didn't have a choice, a lot of us. And now that we've been handed the, you know, the situation, it's best to really look and see just exactly what's being gifted, because there's a lot of beautiful spiritual energy of guidance and help right now too. And I've been feeling it and being given that. I have to be honest, and I live a simple life, trust me, I'm not, but that's a real indicator that some beautiful things can come through. Then we have Aquarius and Virgo, and this works really well too, and it's very different. Almost a polar opposite, not quite, that's the next one with Leo, but Virgo is that earth energy again, that very, very grounded and sensible, practical, you know, straightforward, but, you know, hardworking, reliable, beautiful energy. Very interested in learning as well, and analytical. They're ruled by Mercury, the mind. How do they create? How do they express? How do they help others in karmas, in work situations, excelling in whatever they do? They are immutable, so they do have the ability to, as an earth sign, to be very, very adaptable. And they can change if necessary. Most earth signs are not good with change. They are slow with change. And I'm not saying the change would necessarily be fast with a Virgo, but they are capable and generally will go from one job status to another without much problem. It's usually like this, because they usually go upward, because they're worth it and they work really hard. And they're very, very devoted friends and, you know, very capable, organized people that I love having around in my life. I learned a lot from Virgos. The energy for the two of you is the Magician, because you can do anything. You two can create anything. You know, I don't care what the planets are saying or what they're feeling or what expression they're giving. We all get it. How we utilize it, what we believe, and how we want to accept it is everything. This is not destined. It is an energy that can be used and recognized as a forearmed, forewarned kind of thing, so you don't feel alone. But you have free will, and this is expressing that even more, mastering whatever it is you want to do in this world and manifesting that. You both are equally as capable of that, and now is the time with the thinning of the veil this month, which really accelerates manifestations. Try it. Try something small, see what happens. It's beautiful, and it's just part of being a spirit in this beautiful physical form and co-creating at all times. Then we have Leo and Aquarius, the polar opposite, but very, very complementary, like I always say. There's something very attractive and very magnetic about two people that are very different. And yet, not 100% different. Now, we have fire and air, which I already explained is a beautiful, beautiful complementary element. And it's, you know, very expressive and I would say, I'm trying to think of the words, but I just want to say expressive, I guess, especially with Leo. Leo is not afraid to express. They are not afraid to roar and to be a leader and to show the world what they need to show the world, and they will show the world, and they will be really good at it. And they will speak what they need to speak. They too are a fixed sign like the Aquarius. So not necessarily going to budge on ideas that they have. They're usually really good. And so they feel, why should I? Very generous in heart, very, very dignified and, you know, talented, creative, very passionate, like I said. I'll say that a couple more times. There's a great, you know, connection here with that. That's important, right? And yeah, when they love big, and nothing is small with the Leo. And so, yeah, there's this dynamic kind of energy and attraction that happens with these two. What is your energy? Well, it's the Knight of Wands, which is fire. And the Knight wants to bring you a message about, let's get going. Let's make this happen. Let's move it. Yes, it's retrograde. I get it. But I'm thinking about it anyway. So let's not put this on the back burner for too long. Let's talk about it. Let's set the plans. And let's get fired up about it together, because this could be beautiful. And I really like that. It could have been already initiated, you know, the thought, the idea, the intention with that new moon, like I said, on the 16th in Libra. Very, very positive energy. And, you know, passionate. So then we go into Aquarius, and this opened up. I'm going to put it right there. Cancer. Now, Aquarius and Cancer are also very, I see this a lot too, but once again, there you go with the difference. Now, the difference in the difference is that we have water and air. And I love it, and I love, you know, I love Cancers because they're very sensitive, very, very perceptive, receptive, very nurturing, very maternal kind of energy, very giving and caring about people, you know, to a fault sometimes. They just give. They want to protect and surround those with love that they care a lot for. They kind of like familiarity. They prefer to be in circumstances where they're around the people they're familiar with and they're at ease with, and they feel that trust and comfort with. And so they can be very outspoken and very loving when you meet them, but they will not necessarily bring you into their real personal side. They have to feel real comfortable. So don't take it personally. And if you're in a relationship or connection with the Aquarius is just out there and more outspoken and more very verbal and detached, because they're the mind. And, you know, Cancers of the heart and the feelings that happen. That's how they live. And once again, they feel the energies of everybody. Ruled by the moon. A lot of moon activity this month in particular. So there's going to be a lot of extra emotion maybe happening between the two of you, and that could be good or otherwise, but you know, we all go through it. It's part of life. It's part of that currency of up and down and in and out. And you have the the Knight of Swords for your energy, and boy, that's fast moving. That's about information. That's about communication, and it might just shock you. It might be so like out of the blue, because it's just like dashing. This is the fastest night of all the nights. And you know, it's about clarity, it's about truth. It is an air sign. It could be you, Aquarius, wanting to bring on something to, you know, Cancer that they didn't expect. But it could be beautiful. It could be an engagement. Could be, let's move in together. Let us start this business together. I just found out that I have some extra money because, you know, quite frankly, swords have to do with institutions and finances and actually doctors and things of that nature. It could be about health, but I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying that that is a portion of it. information that's coming in, take heed, listen, you know, follow your intuition. Intuition is huge with Cancer as well as, you know, Aquarius. So you two can work together and understand that. But something pretty quick and exciting. Let's go there, because I like the positive spin on things. I'm kind of feeling that anyway. We need that right now. So that's what it should be, right? And then we go from there to Gemini and Aquarius, another beautiful, synchronistic, just kind of simpatico kind of energy. You're both air signs. Now, you know, Gemini is very much of the mind too, ruled by Mercury as well, like Virgo, and very much about learning and about expanding the mind and growing and trying new things and always wanting to be versatile and seeing different sides and having the duality with themselves. Fast energy, boy. You know, they're on from one thought to the next. You got to keep up with them. You can handle it, Aquarius. Fun, fair-minded, you know, just, you know, changeable, yes. They're the life of the party a lot of times. They're very witty. They make me laugh. I've known a lot of Geminis in my life. I appreciate them. And this one wanted to come up. Oh my gosh. 10 of Pentacles. That is the best when it comes to stability and finances. So the two of you are really collaborating in some way. And I feel like it has to do with business predominantly, but it could also be that you're a family and you're just really growing and you've just been really, really attentive to your manifestation abilities, and good stuff is coming in. And trust me, Aquarius, this is your year coming up. With Jupiter and everything, it's going to be amazing. You're getting little hints right now. This is the best you can get, the 10. It doesn't go anymore, you know? So it feels like things are beautiful in all respects, and definitely stability. And this is for some of you. I know it's general, but I think a lot of you. So fantastic. Like I said, now that work is in a lot of places are opening up, so there's more opportunity, more avenues, you know. Maybe you have a few opportunities out there. It would make sense the two of you could make that happen, though. And then we go with the, last but not least, Taurus and Aquarius. It happens. There's a lot of connections. I'll tell you why. Taurus is, once again, the earth. Taurus is the reliability. That's that person that, by hook or by crook, no matter what, I can call them and they can actually be there and they can actually give me some information that I can trust and believe in. And when it comes to money, they're exceptionally good at that. And they're usually very wealthy because they work super hard and they understand the patience needed. And they just are okay with just putting in that physical, literal, hard work, you know, and they'll work tirelessly towards a goal. And there's fixed sign as well. So they're stubborn and they're steadfast, and in the relationships or anything they're involved in, they're ruled by, ruled by Venus. So they absolutely love beauty and romance, and they can be very passionate. And, you know, they're outgoing and they speak, they have beautiful voices a lot of times. The ruling body part of a Taurus is the voice and the throat. So, you know, it kind of really is this wonderful, seductive, like, I could talk to this person all day. Maybe they have radio shows, you know, what is it called? Podcasts and things like that. Maybe that's what lured you together. But you could be great as a partnership in all different respects. You just have to, you know, accommodate each other's differences in how you approach life, which is also quite, you know, attractive at times. You know, it's all about love. Who knows why we pick who we do sometimes? Yes, I understand the astrology aspect, but when you love, you love. It's that simple. You work through the differences. Love is a very powerful, beautiful thing. And speaking of which, there's the star, the major arcana with the two of you. And the star represents Aquarius. And it's about our dreams. And it's about never letting go of them. And being patient like that Taurus, you know, and saying, nope, not giving up. I believe, I'm strong, and I have all the capabilities of anybody and everybody. And I've got big dreams, and do plant those seeds and never let go of those, because they're coming to you for a reason, and that's beautiful. I love that. I love all of this connection. There's only a couple of, you know, understandable things that happen with communication right now, specifically. When do we not have that happen? You know, that's a passing thing. That doesn't usually deter me when I see that. I might be the one creating it unexpectedly. I don't ever mean to, but it happens. I like a good debate. And then let's finish with your beautiful oracle messages. Starting with the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. So amazing, so inspirational. She's a beautiful, beautiful spiritual teacher of so many years, and she's inspiring me. I'm going to make a deck or two before I leave this planet, and just knowing, and you know, and this is a gift as well. So I'm still getting used to it and feeling they're kind of stuck together. But let's see what the special, special, beautiful energy message is for all the Aquarians for today, the 24th, and the remainder of the month and onward, and all of your connections. The highlighted of Aries and every single connection in your life. And your special card, oh, it's got a rainbow, so I mean, I got to put my glasses on, but I'm one of those people that I don't even believe how incredible rainbows we get to have that. They're so amazing. They're reflective light, but it's just, they're incredible. They just inspire me and make me feel so, it doesn't matter what kind of mood I'm in. Your card is Milk and Honey. And I haven't read this. I haven't really delved into it. I think a lot of them speak for themselves. You can have that. We can all have that, especially knowing that we've had not so much of it. Now we can have it, and it's that time, because like I said, the only way is up. And oh, we've got this beautiful face that's like this divine entity that's just there always, and there is source there always. And the number is 51, which is 6. And that's that balance. That is that necessary balance, the yin and yang, and the temperance that's needed inside and out, up and down, as above, so below. Let's see what Milk and Honey's specific message is, though, for you. 51, that's towards the back. I'm not sure, there's only like 50. Yeah, there's only 52, so second to the last. Milk and Honey, essential meanings. The taste of prosperity. Ooh. Opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing, and abundance. Trusting that your needs will be met. Isn't that gorgeous? That's what it's saying. I mean, I'm just the messenger, but man, that's coming through. We've got the Ace of Cups, Star, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Magician. I mean, the Six of Pentacles. It's like you have a lot of love and a lot of people that want to support you. The Oracle message, you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. And it is an interlude to that feels more languid than ambitious. When all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone. Wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. Isn't that beautifully worded, first of all? Secondly, fantastic, because guess what? I know a little bit about this. I've been studying it for a long time, and it hasn't been that easy for Aquarians. That's all going to change, because we all have our day or year or more, and that's what it's about. And it's already started, and I love that for you. And like I said, you deserve it. So let us finish with your Super Attractor Manifestation message. And once again, for all the beautiful Aquarians and for your beautiful connections, may you continue to thrive and, just excel in anything you choose to do. I choose to be a super attractor and have unwavering faith in the universe. That sounds like you, all over. You got this. Isn't that gorgeous? The universe, boy, we all have been a part of what's gone on, and it's been pretty magical in itself, just having that happen, that experience. It's so rare. And it's going to build up some beautiful things. Watch and see. Thank you so much for your time. I definitely love and appreciate each and every one of you for taking that time. And I know it's valuable. And I'm out of here because I got to go do my other thing. But come on back, you know. And until next time, take great care of yourselves. It's time, right? Thanks and bye for now.